Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? What's up? We in the building. Got a game against Noah. Pretty good player. Just gonna get to it, get out. It's just preseason. I don't really care.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
As the weekend approaches, what do you say we settle in and end the work week right with some football? It is time for another edition of Thursday Night Primetime here with the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we have ourselves a preseason clash between the New Orleans Saints and the Denver Broncos. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And Thursday Night Primetime is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. He is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. A gain of 15 there. And it's going to be first down Denver.
Kate, if that first play is any indicator, this offense is going to have one heck of a field day. I'm talking a big chunk of yards on the ground and some big-time confidence, too.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. First down, and they go right back to it. And the ball is going to remain at midfield as he is stopped at the line, no gain.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Nix from the gun. That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
At the 38-yard line.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. On the handoff, here's Harvey. And gain up that handful there. Justin Reed with the tackle.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. The one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Harvey once more. Down to the 10. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Broncos 7, Saints nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Taylor to return. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. They got to him early, and they let a big hit on it.
At their own 18-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Ron Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Sharp with a quick toss out wide. And they will finally catch up to him in just a second before he can reach that 40. Gives him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this 1st quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Off the play action, Chuck. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
Need to shake off that sack and quick. Here comes 2nd and 13. No motion him out of the backfield. On the move, headed right. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Chuck. Screen here for Neal. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap to Chuck. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down, New Orleans.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a 1st down from the 30. From the gun, here's Pierce. They're working a couple yards past the line. Brandon Jones up for the stop.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Shock working from the gun. He's got this complete to Dameon Pierce. And he's going to go out with a pick of a 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Shock on third down. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come up big on third down there with the set.
Well, we're already seeing his legs going to be a factor in this contest. But I'll tell you what, Kate, if pressure's going to be on him like that, he's going to have to put his running back cape on and really use his ability to escape and keep things moving forward.
We've reached the end of one on Thursday night prime time. 7-0 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. Teams getting out there and ready to resume play. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35.
35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. First play in the drive. Here's Harvey. He powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. They fake the handoff. Now Nix. Got a lock behind this one. Downfield it goes. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos now lead by 10. Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos drive their lead to 11.
Saints 3. Will Lutz to kick off.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Taylor to return.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. First and 10. Here's Shuck. Man downfield. He finds Polk. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that's good for a Saints first down.
For the Saints.
One play in Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
27 on the play. First down, Saints.
Here's Shuck, 1st and 10. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
3rd and just 2 to go. Let's go. That one's out and cut on the right side. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Let's go now. Shotgun handoff to Pierce. He hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive run, you really break the backs of the defense.
They'll have a pickup of 3, which is good enough to make it 1st and goal.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Handoff here for Miller. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Neal runs it across. Touchdown. The Saints make it a 1-score game in the first half. Greg Zuerlein for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints cut the lead down to 4.
14. Saints 10.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Returning it from the 4. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Nix with it on 1st. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
10 at the 49-yard line.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield. On 1st down, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
2nd down now. They need 7. Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. Broncos on top here at Mile High. Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. That's Julian Blackman. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. Into the end zone he goes, pick 6, and a New Orleans touchdown.
Gosh, I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception already a terrific effort by everybody involved. But to put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
Point after kick hurted by Zerline. And the Saints push their lead to 3.
Broncos 14.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Starting from the 5. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the...
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Did y'all see that stick? Boy, who is that?
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Back to the air, Nix after the kick. Pressure gets to him, he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down. Where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And this is across midfield and into enemy territory.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Shotgun handed out to Harvey. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Now Nix. Finds the in route complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down Denver.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Nix to throw. And he's going to work it to the 20. Chase Young bringing him down there.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. The kick by Lutz is good. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's the backup. First throw. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for a Saints 1st down.
Good for a Saints 1st down. It's a gain of 20. And a Saints, first down.
Straight ahead, here's Miller. First down he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Move back, sent in motion left. Rattler to the air now. Dump off, caught by his back. And this is going to get him right up near that first down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, 3rd down.
That's a gain of
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Dumps it off to his running back. He has the first and still going past the 35. And he's on the way. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take the lead right away in half number 2.
I think he'll take his highlights however he can get them on a handoff, pin off, a pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch. He can do his damage. Big time.
Zerline with the extra point. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7.
Broncos 17.
Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. One Sanker in from the secondary making that stop.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks. It really creates some indecision now defensively.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Ready? Hut.
Oh, and they're going to have to fullback giant power for it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's good for Broncos first down.
You know, when I backed up Peyton Manning for a couple years, he loved to know a team's tendencies. And then he wanted to bust them. And that's exactly what that play just did. Got some nice yardage, and it wouldn't be surprising to see that call used again in a similar spot.
Down. Ready.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Here we go.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Only able to get back to the line on that first down, so no gain.
One of the challenges when you run that jet sweep is you better secure that edge. I've not seen a great jet sweep in my life where you don't win the edge of the line of scrimmage. And that time, the defense got the job done.
The Saints calling for a timeout. Their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Set, ready. Yellow, 22, set.
Back to throw. Mariota escapes the pocket. And this certainly makes the third down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. Gain of 10 right up near that marker now.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Five men in the secondary for the Saints. Third down.
Here we go, set, huh?
Mariota to throw. And that's going to fall incomplete on a look to his running back. It's going to bring up fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable in an incomplete.
On fourth down, Broncos going to call on Jeremy Crawshaw here to punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14.
Ready.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's first and 10.
Ready, 52 blast, 45, wide.
Now an inside handoff to Miller. Maybe he'll be stopped after just about the yard. Second and 9 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8.
Come on, set, hut.
Hot quick right side. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Here we go, here we go. 60 red, 60 red. Edo blue. Ready?
Here's Rattler, first and 10. That was just thrown away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Yellow, green jack.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
Ready?
From the gun, Rattler. Pocket isn't holding out. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough third down.
It's a double-edged sword. I totally understand. These quarterbacks today are so athletic, and they love to keep plays alive, but it can turn smaller losses into much bigger setbacks like we see yet again.
6, 11. Hut, hut.
Here he goes, third and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, he'll be perfect to that point on the drive block. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
And a big hit on the return to stop it cold.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10.
Set, punt. 52, punt.
Throwing off the play fake. Headed out right. He's going to keep it this time.
Marcus Mariota on the scramble. A gain of 4. It's now.
I need batteries. I need batteries. Go to the store. I need AA batteries.
Ready. You red 38. Set.
Up that first down.
It's a gain of 28
Double coverage
yards.
deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago,
First and
watch Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you could recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Dumped off to his running back. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
No gain on
He
the play.
specializes in
Brings up
salvaging
second
broken plays out of the
and 10
backfield, but even
at the
he couldn't get
12-yard line.
anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Second and 10. Need something positive here.
Down. Ready.
Mariota. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 40-yard
There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
It's
Trying to
now
force
second
one
and
through
10.
there. And now it's second down.
Ready.
Shotgun snap to Rattler. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On third down, here's Rattler. Pass is hauled in by the running back.
Complete to
And a nice
Cameron
game
Miller.
here, but it stopped short of the
Gain of
first.
7.
That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Important moment as they turn to Greg Zuerlein. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a two-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
On the return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10.
Here we ready.
Going back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Set. Ready.
Back to the well again. Makes the tackle. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
Put the body on the line for his team. It's a huge pickup on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare. That's big time.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
They go to him again. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. It's a gain of 2, and that leaves them with 3rd and 8.
This is maybe one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
Ready.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos down by 10. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Set. Blue. Set.
3rd and long for him here. That one connects. And he eats a huge hit as he tries for the marker. Almost nothing after the catch that time, Brock. It's going to be 4th down.
4th and goal.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Field goal doesn't move that needle. They're going for the touchdown. It's 4th and goal.
Set. Ready. Set.
Desperation time here. Is it in close? And they stop him. No touchdown, no 1st down. That's a turnover on down near the end zone.
It's a turnover.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Set.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Being a little bit there kind of feels like a game of nothing. You know why? Because you're still playing with your backs against the end zone. No real breathing room and no margin for error.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Quick. Down.
Again, it's Miller. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd and
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Moves around up for him. So this will win on the road for the Saints. And they'll enter the final week of the preseason with a little momentum thanks to this victory. Start to count.
You know, just preseason game.
That does it for
This
another
guy right here,
broadcast
you know,
of
he's a
the
good
NFL
player.
on EA
And
Sports.
I don't
For
really
my
care
partner in the
about
booth,
it, but
Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Saints.
you know,
as we'll see
sometimes you
next
get a
time
little
from
bit
Denver.
kind of like, you know, you get into it a little bit because you kind of see like, oh, okay, you really trying to, you know, so it was like, you know, a little back and forth. It's like you punch me, okay, you think it's cool, I'm gonna punch you back type thing. You know what I mean? So just little friendly little jabs here and there. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man, I'm gonna be real. I think this might be one of my best years. And I'm gonna tell you why. This league that I'm in currently is RMNFL. When I first came into this league, I was good at defense. That's all I really was good at. To be honest, most of the times I just beat people because they just wasn't really prepared for my style of defense. You know, I like to dictate, sort of like what my opponent said last week that y'all saw on the stream when I played against the guy that was the Jacksonville Jaguars. He said that you like to get people out your rhythm. So I always been a good defensive player. I can win games just off defense alone. But last year I came into this league and I went to the Super Bowl, but I played against this guy right here, he was one of the best passers in the league, right? And there's another guy in this league that's good too, that's a passer. And I'm like, damn, they inspired me to be better, because I'm like, fuck, I can't pass like these guys. Like, man, if I learn how to pass, I might be all right. You know what I mean? Like, I can elevate my game. And I had a couple other guys, you know, say things like, you know, a couple rivals, like my buddy Fasico in here. You know, he was like, oh, you can't pass. And, you know, it challenged me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, anybody that knows me, I'm a competitor. I'm going to play hard. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to play hard, bro. And it's like, okay, all right, I'm going to work on my game. Because I wasn't a passer. And my good friend Jafar, he is a Chiefs in this league. He's always telling me that too. Like, you don't pass well. And sometimes, bro, when your friend's telling you stuff, sometimes you might not want to hear it, but it be the truth. You know what I mean? And so I worked on my game. So I always kind of had like little passing game. But my second, I think it was it the next Madden, which was last Madden, right? Which was technically, I think it was last Madden I joined the league. But we had another season where I had the Seahawks. And I was working on my game, passing. And even before then, like, if you go back and check certain things, I had a way. I like certain passing formations and things like that. But the way this game is and the way that I play in RMNFL, you can't use the same plays over and over again. So it forced me to really learn how to be a passer, because when you're playing against these good players, they're gonna stop the run, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody ain't gonna let you just run the ball on them and just beat them 10-7. You know what I mean? You're not, like, them days is over. You feel me? Like, another one of my buddies in here, Christian, he tell me, Gaddy, you ain't gonna beat nobody no 10-7. Them days is over, bum. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's real shit though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in year 2 of my system that I like to run. And in last game, y'all saw it. Like you saw, like I'm running the same shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm not running any different plays that I ran last year. It's the same system, but I'm in the system again. And it goes back to what I tell people. It's all about coaching and development. RMNFL developed me. I said all that to say this. RMNFL, they developed my passing game by just playing against them and watching them on film. And my good friend, like my partner tell you, Man Talk, my buddy Man Talk, 24/7. If y'all know who he is, trust me. He always used to tell me when I first met him, the reason why I'm better than you, Gaddy, is because I'm in the film room and you're not. And I always wanted to know why he said that. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then as I started kind of like paying attention more, I started noticing he would record things like I did. Like I would record what I did. Like if I made a play or if a guy kind of did something that kind of got open, I record it to see what did he do. I'm in the film room. So once again, you know, I'm out. I always give tips. I try to. Follow me on Twitch, Old Head Top X Don. You'll probably see some videos where I give some tips. I try to always give tips for people that actually follow and watch my streams. You always gonna get something out of it. You know what I mean? That's my reward to people that fuck with me, come salute me, and show love. Cause I share it. I don't got no problem with sharing the information. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem because at the end of the day, somebody had to teach me. So why not teach somebody else? So with that being said, we're gonna sign out. It was just a preseason game, but you know, you got two competitive people and sometimes, you know, you just play hard. But that's the end of it, man. Salute, and I'm gone.